If you know me, you know that when I'm unscripted, I tend to ramble a lot, I tend to digress a lot from one theme to the other, so this could potentially become very long. I try to contain myself, but I can't promise a lot. Greetings, Raven lovers, artists, and other crazy people. Welcome back into my little art dungeon for an exciting new adventure. And what exactly is that adventure, you may ask? Well, it's so brilliant, it will blow your mind. It's such a new thing that you have probably never seen on any kind of art channel before.
We'll just look at your sketchbooks, do we?
Yeah, we just look at my sketchbooks. Sorry guys, but I needed to have something to sprinkle in between that's a bit easier for me to do and where I can rest my wrist a little bit because I have always such a trouble saying that word because the last artwork was pretty intense. And also I have like 3 commissions on my hand right now, so I just needed something that requires a bit less editing, a bit less brain power.
One eternity later.
So I thought I'd just show you, or showcase to you all of the different sketchbooks that I own. And with all I just mean all that I'm currently using, because if I show you absolutely all the sketchbooks that I own right now, we would be here for a very long time. No, I don't have a problem. Seriously, I don't have a problem. Shut up. Don't even think about the fact that I would have a problem. I'm completely fine. We don't talk about that. Anyways, let's talk about that. I should probably mention and warn you that this video could become very long. I mean, if you look at the timeline, you might already know it. I have no clue how long it would take. But as you know me, if not, hi, my name is Tara. Welcome to my mess that is supposed to be a channel. If you know me, you know that when I'm unscripted, I tend to ramble a lot, I tend to digress a lot from one theme to the other, so this could potentially become very long. I try to contain myself, but I can't promise a lot. So yeah, I thought because this year I have more than just 2 sketchbooks, I just
show you all of them, because all of them are very pretty, and I thought it could be really fun. Maybe? I don't know. It's just, I have some honest could be interested in them. But my mom is you? I don't know. I have no clue. But yeah, like I said in my last sketchbook video.
What I wanted to say before is that usually I have nowadays at least 2 sketchbooks. One for normal sketchbook purpose, like, you know, sketching and ugly thumbnails, some studies, and all that kind of stuff, and messy things. And then another sketchbook that I treat more like an art book.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So I think let us just start, or otherwise I will talk your head off even more. Or your mind off? I don't know. You know, I don't know words. I just let us focus on the sketchbooks now. So let's start with this one. I will have a few very pretty ones, but I will keep them for later. We will start with the ugly one, and honestly, I feel a bit bad about calling my sketchbooks ugly because I kind of, you know, it feels like I'm hurting their feelings, even though I probably don't have them. But still, I'm sorry, baby. I don't mean that. Anyways, this is normal sketchbook, where we'll just do a bunch of studies and a bunch of, how's this word again? Storyboards. Why am I always searching for the word storyboard? There are also some really, really old sketches of mine, like pre-keeping a sketchbook Terra, where I just did a few little concept arts for some book ideas I had, because back then I wanted to become an author, not a visual artist. yeah, life is weird sometimes. Yeah. There are some really old things in here of a Terra who didn't really know how to draw but thought she knew. And yeah, this will be usually just for, you know, thumbnails, storyboards, all of that stuff, and some studies. Like I already said that, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm unscripted. Unscripted, that sounded like unscripted. Oh my goodness, I really need to work on my pronunciation, guys. Anyways, so this is the sketchbook I usually take with me to my artist meetup. Like, there is this group of artists from the realm of Stuttgart that's called Stuttgart, and once per month we meet up in Stuttgart in a cafe or in a park or sometimes a museum, like when we did those cool dinosaurs. I really like dinos. And yeah, this is this is the sketchbook I currently bring with me when I go to these meetups, plus sometimes the watercolor sketchbook, but we get to that later. And we get to the next one. Does it even probably fit the frame? Oh my god, you see my pants. And before you say anything, my sketchbooks are my babies. I treat them properly. This was not me, okay? My sketchbooks are really good, even though some of them are probably fighting for air because they're cramped together in my cabin. Because I have so many.
I can feel it. I can sense it. They're getting closer. I want to get out of here.
They're fine. They're completely fine. Just stop yelling at me. Don't call the cops. They're fine. But anyways, this one and also this one, they got slightly damaged because of the way I received them. And no, I didn't got them shipped per mail. It was like I was working at this place where we sorted old paper so it can get recycled properly. And sometimes people, or a lot of times, people didn't just throw normal paper things in there. First of all, there were a lot of books coming on the sorting bed. Yes, a lot of people throw away books. My heart was bleeding. And also a lot of other goodies. You would be surprised how many things people throw into the trash. Like, we could find some real treasures once in a while. So there were a lot of things coming at the sorting bed, and also a lot of sketchbooks and notebooks. And for some reason, even though that was pre-keeping a sketchbook time, I always was really, I don't know, really drawn to empty sketchbooks and notebooks that I could find. Like, I always thought about all of the opportunities and what I could do with them. Maybe like creating a whole comic inside of this sketchbook thing. You know, all of this blank paper was really exciting for me and was giving me the urge to do something with it, but then I may have started with something in it and then never proceeded with it. And therefore I have a ton of sketchbooks that I haven't even filled out yet, or haven't even started filling out yet, because they are just waiting for their purpose, for their time to shine, for that time to be the chosen one, basically. And yeah, so when things like this that were a bit damaged but still probably usable, really usable, I just thought that, wait a second, my boom arm is falling apart. So always when I saw things like that, they're slightly damaged but still usable enough, I thought, you know what, why throwing that away? I just snatch them from the band and take it with me home. And you're probably right, it was not really allowed technically, but our supervisor didn't really have anything against it, unless as long as we didn't see him doing it. He was always like, if I don't know, I don't care. So once in a while I brought some sketchbooks with me and some notebooks as well. And now this one is allowed to become one of the chosen ones. And yeah, I have one page in here filled out already, but it's we don't talk about that. That's mad. But yeah, for the rest, I will say I will most likely use this for head studies because I really need to learn how to construct the human face a bit better. Because currently I'm not really good with that. I still need a lot of exercising with that in order to learn how to construct it properly. And also what I also would like to do in here, maybe a few storyboards, because I can just do it like this, you know, it's good with the layout. But also I would like to do some scene studies of my favorite movies and TV shows, like Avatar or the Alien movies, like all of them. I thought this is a fun idea to do, and I can't wait to finally do that. Let's see when I will actually get to this. And what do we have next? Ah yeah, I guess I will start with this one, and this is actually one of the few that I bought myself and not found somewhere or got somewhere. I just happened to have and can't remember where I got it from. I bought this one last year. I just love to play with that. I went to an art supply shop with my friend in order to get some specific things for that I still needed for my stand and Comic-Con Stuttgart. So my plan was not to necessarily buy a sketchbook, but art supply stores are always really dangerous for me. So, and of course I couldn't help myself but taking a slight little look at the sketchbook section, and there were Hanemüller sketchbooks, and I love Hanemüller. I have one sketchbook from them and I really love it. But I thought, okay, I have enough sketchbooks, I don't really need it. Oh, a watercolor sketchbook. I don't have a watercolor sketchbook yet, and I wanted to get better with watercolor. So I think I need a watercolor sketchbook. So I got a watercolor sketchbook. And this sometimes also is taken to the artist meetups. I want to have a cool little artwork in here, but I didn't use any references, and there are so many proportional mistakes on this face. I need to overwork this whole thing before I can start to color it. Because I want the first page to look kind of cool, even though it's just a sketchbook, you know. It's more like learning to use the color. He's a little magic kitty with some sparkles. Can you see the sparkles? Now you can. And this, and that's basically it for now. And I think this one has something about it, but it's still not quite where I want to get with watercolor. I'm still better with a mixed media kind of approach, like having a base layer of watercolor and then go over with color pencils, because I'm primarily color pencil artist these days. But still, I also want to get better with that. And I also can't wait to try out gouache in that thing. I bought gouache last year and I'm dying to try it out, but I want to try it out with you guys so you can see me struggle and fail with a new medium. So I hope that I will get to that very soon. And let's see what else do we have here. Oh yes, this is what I'm pretty excited for. I'm planning, sorry for the shaking guys, I constantly ram into my boom arm. That's not how it's supposed to be. I'm such a professional, am I? First of all, I want to create a little artwork, a little cover artwork with this one, and I'm thinking about just using a white color pencil on here, because I think that it will have a really cool effect. The problem is you can smudge it away quite easily, which is good for the drawing process itself, but when the artwork is finished, of course I need to have something to seal it with, and I couldn't really find it yet. I know what I need, but I couldn't really get it yet. I'm also quite broke, you know. But yeah, this is a plan, and this book is completely dedicated to one thing and one thing only. And this is, wait a second. Of course, Enderal. Like, this is not done yet. I really like the colors in this one. Even though the proportions are not completely okay, but I still really love it. Yes, and this will be completely dedicated to Enderal and my... Oh yes, don't look at this. Oh my goodness. This is looking a little bit better. Yeah, this will be for doing some studies of the different characters that I love from the game, studies of the backgrounds, and also character sheets of my own prophetess and my self-insert character, because of course I have a self-insert character in a universe that I really like. Don't judge me. We all have done this to a brim. Like most of us at least did. I'm not the only one who's doing this, okay? Don't judge me. But yeah, it's just having a bit of fun and coming up with ideas on how to approach this and what kind of style and so, because I really kind of wanted to make a little fan comic for Enderal. But yeah, we'll see if this will ever happen. Actually, I really want that, but I have a lot of things to do. And comics take time. So which one do I take next? This one. I will think this one. I also got this last year. And as you can see, Praha. I got this in Prague. And wait a second. It even came with this beautiful pencil from Kohinoor. I didn't even know to a specific point that they were still making stuff. I thought this old brand is long gone because I have some color pencils from them. Mechanical color pencils. And they are still from, I guess from my mother, like from DDR times. Do you say DDR in English? I don't know. Like the old times where West and East were divided. Like, they are that old. And I was like, what? Wait. This serves a really special memory place. Just look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is what I would like to accomplish with watercolor one day. This is pretty much is done with watercolor, I'm pretty sure. I have been there. This was a cool... Like, Prague was the first time I've ever met my friend Anna or Cryptica in person. And this was really special. And of course, both of us couldn't really walk past by any kind of a souvenir shop. We needed to go in all of them. And let me tell you guys, the souvenir shops in Prague are dangerous. They're really, really bad. Like, usually in Germany, when I get into a souvenir shop for anything, like from a zoo or so, I always have the urge to go in there to look at all of these shiny, colorful things. It always gives me a lot of joy, but I usually never find something that I really want, that I really want to take with me. It's pretty rare that I find something that I really would like to buy. But there, oh my goodness, they had so many good things that I just wanted to take with me. And of course, they also had sketchbooks. And of course, I wanted to have one. I mean, just look at this beautiful, cutesy little thing. And it's made with paper that's made in Prague, specifically in Praha. I love to say Praha. I think that's so much prettier than Prague. But yeah, I started to draw in here a bit. This looks a bit weird though, I need to do this again. So I thought I'd dedicate this one for nice memories with friends, and even though I already collected a bunch of them since I have this one, I haven't really drawn a lot of them inside here, so I really need to start with that before they run out. I mean, I have still a lot of photos that will serve as inspirations for the inside of this, but yeah. I think this one will definitely be one that I treat more like an art book. Like, I want to have the interior mostly pretty. There might be a few failures in here, which I don't mind, but most of it should be nice and cozy and whimsy, and yeah, I love it. So nice. And next one, we're almost done, guys. Can't you believe it? So another one that I actually bought. I mean, come on. How should I not? Like, how could I leave that? I got this from a place called Albenwald. We have this store chain here in Germany that's called Albenwald. Look at this interior picture. Isn't that the prettiest thing you have ever seen? And this nice shiny paper. It also has quite a nice thickness, though. One thing was disappointing about it, and we will talk about it soon, but yeah, it's from Albenwald. I don't know if you can find it somewhere else. Those I bought, I will try to find a link for them in case you're interested and put them down in the description, but don't count me on it because I can't guarantee that I will find a link for these two, because actually it's just two of them that I showed you that you can get somewhere that I actually bought, so yeah. But this was in a specific shop in Prague, and I need to check if I can find a link for that. I don't know. I can't really remember which shop. I mean, I know how it looked like, I know where it was placed, like how the location looked like, but I can't remember for the life of me how the shop was called. It was just a souvenir shop, and yeah, I need to check this. But yeah, this, like I said, was I purchased that in Albenwald, which basically means Alben Forest or Elf Forest, and it's a nerd shop. You can get all kinds of nerdy stuff in there, and there was also a really small section for Ghibli films, way too small for my taste, but yeah, I saw this little sketchbook looking at me from there. This was also connected to a nice memory because this was at the time where I've seen my friend Marina from Marina and Let's Plays for the very first time in person. This was really cool, and yeah, this was actually in an Albenwald in her city where she lives. Her city. Sounds like she owns the city. Marina, you're mayor now. You happy with that? I just made you to the mayor of Aachen. Anyways, the city where she lives in, and there was also an Albenwald in the shopping mall that we visited. So I, of course, needed to check it out, and there it was where I found this little Totoro sketchbook. And I have done a few things already. Of course, a little bit fan art needed to be, and I really have troubles with the foot, guys. No matter how I place it, it always looks wrong. But yeah, here is the first time I tried out watercolor on it, and you might probably not see it, but the texture already is pretty rough. I did a little bit mixed media, color pencils and watercolors underneath, but I mean, it held up quite well. It's not shining through, it's not bleeding through, and it laid down quite flat. It's not a lot of warped, which I'm pretty surprised by, but still, the paper isn't really made for applying a ton of watercolor on it. So a lot of wet medium is really not made for, it's really not made for it. It can hold a few layers, like maybe 2 or 3, but then it's it because you're getting close to damaging it. And it's pretty sad because if you think of Ghibli movies, what comes to mind? What kind of medium comes to mind? Wet mediums, like watercolor and gouache. I mean, maybe I can receive better results with gouache because as far as I know you can also use gouache without water, and as more water as you know, the results are different according to how much water or how less water you use. And maybe if I don't use water at all, it might, the paper might take it well. I don't know, I haven't tried it out yet. I will though, someday in the future. But yeah, I think it's kind of sad that a Ghibli sketchbook is not really made for wet media, but it can hold it a little bit, and it also holds ink quite good. That was a commission I did. Someone needed me to help them design their tattoo, to show their tattoos, and as you can see, it doesn't really shine through, except for a few parts where I have applied a lot of ink, but it's barely shining through. So, and color pencils do quite well on it. Like, look at these colors, it looks great, and it has a really smooth layering. The texture of the paper is really nice, it's super smooth. Some people don't like it. I really love smooth texture. I can work with that very good. And yeah, this is basically what I have so far. And this one, except for this one fan art in the in the front that I have made, I will mostly just use it for my own stuff. Like, there is this little world developing inside my head ever since I've made my illustration, the whimsical shopping tour with the, you know, with the witch and the glowing fox. I can blend it in right now if I remember to do that. Since then, I started to gain more and more ideas about this witchy, whimsical world and all of its inhabitants, and how places could look like, how the food could look like, what kind of food is eaten at which places, and yeah, I wanna dedicate this sketchbook completely to that, and maybe once in a while some random other whimsical things that kind of fit into the theme of the whole thing but don't necessarily belong to the same world. And I wanted to be really cohesive, like a real art book basically, with, you know, concept sketches and some more developed artworks of the characters in the buildings. It would probably never become a full fleshed out story or anything, but I want to explore this world a bit more, and maybe if it's done and it looks good enough, in my opinion, then I might scan in all of the pages except for the one page with a fan art and sell this first as a digital product, and then also maybe as a bounded book, like a tiny little art book with my sketches and concept arts inside. Could be cool, I don't know. It was always my dream to have my own little art book, but so far I haven't really drawn a lot of things that are cohesive enough, like that they would fit into one art book together. So I thought maybe just do a sketchbook art book, but it needs to be one where it's just my stuff inside and not anything that I just, you know, that's fan art, because I don't want to sell fan art. A little less for Enderwall maybe, because as far as I know, they're okay with that, but yeah. Wait, I need some water. So, and now to the last one that I promised you, I saved the best thing for last, and it's I love it so much. I don't know. Trumble, please. I need to. I think I can find a drum roll. Let's just put it in right now. So, there it is. Isn't that pretty? And now this is nothing that you can purchase somewhere. This is a gift, a birthday gift I received last year from my friend Anna, which I just already mentioned. And she made that entirely herself. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, and it basically screams Terra Cobras. Like, you have the floral elements, like the little leaf, isn't that? Wow, it's gorgeous. You have the green, and you have the raven for Corvus. You have the floral stuff for Terra, for the earth, like browns and greens, and it's just I love it so much. Her initial plan was to make it entirely green, but it didn't really work as good with this artificial leather that she purchased, so she needed to find a way to work around it, but she did. And oh boy, she did good. Let me open it for you. I haven't started with it yet because my plan is to start this with you together, with all of you together. So we you have the honor of accompanying me. Be my guest when I start with this sketchbook. I'm not sure if I will start with the first page or with a page in between. Also, I probably need to glue these parts together, sadly, because there's a problem here. It was a long time since since she did these sort of things, and she needed to get warm again with it. It's like she said to me, and honestly, I don't really care. Like, it's already perfect in my eyes. I love it so much. Thank you again so much for this, Anna. I love it to death, and I will definitely fill it with a lot of whimsical stuff. My plan is for this one, because obviously I wanted to treat it more like an art book, like, as you can tell. And here for my plan is to make it look like a spell book, or the book of an alchemist, or a mixture of that, like an alchemy study and magic study and all of that kind of stuff, and maybe some studies of mythical and magic creatures, stuff like that. Maybe some herbal studies, you know, just make it look like a little bit, you know, spell book, alchemy book aesthetics. This is what I'm going for with that. And like I said, I want you to have the honor of being my guest when I start with this. I can't promise to you that I will film every single page that I will draw in here, but at least for the first time I want you to be with me on that, so I hope I can get to it soon, because I can't wait. I want to do it so badly, but I need to find the right time for it. But yeah, anyways, this wraps it up. So those are my precious babies that are super pretty, and that I just wanted to brag about how much I love them, and of course all of the others. Oh yeah, exactly. This is also one I bought, right? It's 3 that I bought, so it's 3 that I might be capable of finding a link for. I should be capable of finding a link for this one, if you're interested. And yeah, for the other 2, I need to look up if I can find it. But yeah, I think I go back into face mode. So wait a second. So that was it. I really don't know how to end this. I mean, I have my usual sentence, but yeah. I'm so well prepared, guys. This was really, like, I had the idea for this video for quite a while now, but I just jumped right into this really spontaneously, because the house is completely empty right now. It's super quiet, and I thought it's the perfect opportunity to film something, but I don't have a script for anything, so just record something that I don't really necessarily need a script for. But it also means that I jumped in completely unprepared, or mostly unprepared. I went through a lot of things that I could say in the video, and some of them I might have said. But still, it's It's really it's a mess, and I hope you enjoyed going through this mess with me together. And if not, that's also completely fine. If you're still here though, then wow, thanks. And thank you so much for watching, of course. And as always, keep creating and stay nice to ravens. We'll see each other, hopefully, in the next video.
Whee! No, that was Greetings, Raven lovers, artists, and other crazy people. And I forgot to press record on the audio again.